Finally, there's a bunch of things confirmed about the S26 Ultra, and I've got a good and a bad news at the same time. But S25 Ultra is on a really good deal from Samsung right now, which you can avail from probably listed in this video. Samsung is making things difficult for the end users. Initially, we heard Samsung is facing tough times while quoting a price for the S26 series. And later down the line, the Korean media was confirming there is no price increase. Now, there's another twist, but I was right. These changes are last-minute changes, and we can see highs and lows until they finally reveal the product, as my internal sources were pointing towards increased price. According to Exynos, latest from Korean media, the S26 price hike is now a definite. 2 days ago, no price increase for S26. Today, S26 is definitely getting more expensive. It's a total roller coaster. I honestly feel like the media is just drip-feeding these rumors to test the waters and see how it will react. Yes, he's kinda right, because Samsung will lose profits if they launch with the same pricing as before, but consumer will get a big hit if they increase the price at least $13.99, which is too much for S26 Ultra. And there is no reason to justify the price on both S26 and S26 Plus, because we're not getting enough updates to justify the price increase. Although S25 Ultra is on a really good deal right now, which you can avail from probably listed in this video. The design is changing on S26 Ultra, we all know by this time, and I think people were confused or kinda hate about S25 Ultra is about to remove on S26 Ultra. According to Exynos, recently I had the opportunity to see part of the real Galaxy S26 Ultra design in person. One thing is certain, it has finally abandoned the much criticized cheap-looking camera ring design. The new design looks more like the metal rings around the cameras on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. It looks far more premium than the S25 Ultra, extremely clean and minimalistic. This was already expected, but if this change is more noticeable, then it's a good change. Now, let's talk about the color and one more important thing. Samsung is going to add some big changes with the S26 Ultra design. The phone is different from the back, and this time, the color options are out, and one big thing which will change the direction of S series. According to Exynos, the 4 basic color names of S26 Ultras are Black Shadow, White Shadow, Galactical Blue, Ultraviolet. You'll notice that these names are no longer labeled as titanium. Interesting to see the color options while we already have a render showcasing the S26 Ultra colors, and there is no cosmic orange like the iPhone 17 Pro Max. But the main thing I pointed out, there is no titanium name in it. So does this mean Samsung also dropped the titanium frame from S26 Ultra? Well, we are not sure about this, but Apple recently reverted back to aluminum. This can be an indication or just a name preference, since this is the first time we heard about no titanium on S26 Ultra, or this could be real. The camera changes are also real on S26 Ultra. S26 Ultra changes are real, and while we are seeing a change in the display and other parts of the phone, Samsung is changing one of the crucial things on S26 Ultra. Yes, the cameras are changing not only hardware, but the outside of the phone, which matters the most. According to Exynos on Weibo, from what I've gathered, the S26 Ultra cameras is known to have improved flare, enhanced lens and coating technology, and resolved the issue of yellowing skin tones. This would make a big difference compared to the previous Galaxy phones and potentially help S26 Ultra to take better photos and videos both in bright sunlight and in low light conditions. Although the cameras are slightly changed. On the main camera, we're getting the 200 megapixel on S26 Ultra and S25 Ultra. That's exactly same, but under the hood, S26 Ultra is better with f1.4 aperture, which is better for low light shots compared to the f1.7 on S25 Ultra. The ultra wide sensor will be same at 50 megapixel. The 5x 50 megapixel is almost same. Some do suggest a lower aperture, but we don't have a confirmed source for it. The 3x 10 megapixel is changing this time. The sensor on S26 Ultra is actually smaller compared to the S25 Ultra, 1/3.52 inches compared to 1/3.94 inches. There's a good news about the battery from Samsung. Samsung is going to add some useful updates to S26 Ultra, but are we going to see a battery update, which was much needed from Samsung? No, Samsung is stuck with the same battery technology and same battery size from the past couple of years, 5000 mAh. And next year they're changing the charging speed of S26 Ultra. But there's a great news about Samsung and the new silicon carbon batteries, and I'm sure you guys would love to hear it. Samsung has started working on next generation battery technology, aka silicon carbon batteries. Samsung SDI, Samsung Electronics battery manufacturing arm, has announced an alliance with KG Mobility to jointly develop battery pack technologies for electric vehicles. Samsung says its new technology reduces swelling and improves the overall lifespan of the battery, moreover, resulting in enhanced power output and faster charging speed. This is a great news since Samsung SDI is capable of making silicon carbon batteries. We can expect MX division to ask for a bigger battery, and future Ultra phones will going to see such battery technology. Even the competition is too far from Samsung, and Samsung has to catch up with next generation Ultra phones. Even the processor information is out about the Galaxy S26 Ultra. Samsung is launching 3 different devices. Mainly the S26 Ultra is the star of the show. While a couple of people were confused about the processor, we got a new information about it as Samsung just revealed the Exynos 2600, the one people were worried about, but Samsung actually made it really good. We'll talk about which country will get this, but first let's talk about what we get on it. Exynos 2600 is Samsung's next generation flagship SoC built on a 2nm, with a clear focus on efficiency, sustained performance, and on-device AI rather than peak benchmark scores. The 2nm GAA process provides improved leakage control and power efficiency, which is especially important for the Galaxy S26 series given the physical constraints of slim, bar-type smartphones. Meanwhile, it comes with the 10-core CPU. Samsung claims up to 39% of CPU performance increase alongside improved efficiency. Graphics are handled by the new Eclipse 960 GPU, delivering roughly 2 times the compute performance of its predecessor and up to 50% improvement in hardware ray tracing, with generative AI performance reportedly improved by 113%. Overall, Exynos 2600 serves as a platform-oriented chip for the Galaxy S26 series, prioritizing efficiency, stability, and long-term scalability for AI and imaging features. There are a bunch of other details you can check, but the main question, are we going to see this on S26 Ultra? Simple answer, no. And if yes, according to the sources, it will only be available for South Korean market. Other parts of the world will be getting the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. Now let's see the 7 potential reasons why S26 Ultra is the way to go. There are a bunch of changes coming on S26 Ultra. Even one of the potential changes is the design of S26 Ultra, but today is more about what Samsung is bringing to the table, which is better on S26 Ultra compared to previous generations. And there's a source who compiled all the changes. According to Exynos, why the only model worth considering is the Galaxy S26 Ultra. Samsung will reserve its newest and most advanced AI features for the S26 Ultra. Even the S25 Ultra will likely need to wait several months to receive these capabilities through updates. The new 60-watt wired charging and 25-watt of wireless charging represent a major upgrade for Samsung users, and both are exclusive to the S26 Ultra. This one is already confirmed. The new private screen intelligent anti-peeping display is also limited to the Galaxy S26 Ultra. This is a highly marketable feature that YouTubers will repeatedly showcase, turning it into a major selling point. This is probably the most awaited feature people are waiting for the S26 Ultra. A larger camera aperture will lead to real-world improvements in image quality. For example, an f1.4 aperture will deliver better optical results in portrait photography. Telephoto performance is also expected to improve, and Samsung may introduce an AI telephoto algorithm similar to Google's to enhance clarity. While a main 200 megapixel is getting an update, there's a big thing going on with the 3x telephoto sensor where even I said a downgrade, which is obviously difficult to justify if Samsung would do it. On the video side, Samsung is expected to introduce APV technology, which should significantly improve overall image quality. The front-facing camera will have a wider field of view, making it easier to fit 2 people into a single selfie. The front-facing camera size is also larger on S26 Ultra compared to the S25 Ultra, which was already shared in the render. Additional upgrades that have not yet been disclosed, primarily on the software side. On the software level, I can say S26 Ultra is bringing some crazy feature as Samsung is ready for the 2026 AI stuff, although S25 Ultra will get it later down the line. On this note, if you're still here, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. Until then, peace out.